Hey guys, how's it going? It's Target here. Welcome back to another episode of the Edmonton Oilers Be a GM. Now, we've got the simulation going. We're last in the league right now, but what I did was I went and updated my trading block, put the players on there that I would be willing to get rid of, put the assets on there that I wanted and was willing to get rid of, yada, yada, yada. We should be set to go, so we should be ready to field some offers. Alright, if worse comes to worse and we finish this league last in the league, we stand a very, very, very good chance to get Connor McDavid. So that's really not something that's too terrible if you ask me, if we end up with Connor McDavid this year. I mean, obviously another year in the dumps would be a terrible deal for the Oilers, but you know what? It might be the best thing for us. Oh my goodness. All right, so they want to get rid. They want 2 first-round picks for Justin Schultz and Martin Marincin. No, I don't need to get rid of 2 first-round. Pardon me, sorry about that. I don't need to get rid of 2 first-round picks for Martin Marincin and Justin Schultz. Honestly, throwing the second in there is almost insulting. Decline that. I threw Petrie on the trading block. I've got Petrie on there and I got Nikita Nikitin. And I'm saying I'm interested in dealing and receiving first-round picks if it's the right value. Yeah, Marincin, no. I'm not looking to get rid of Marincin. Alright? Not looking to get rid of Marincin. Maybe I should update my trade block. Maybe that's why they're asking for Marincin. That might be why. Because I put top 6 defensemen, because I've got a number of them. Nikita Nikitin, Andrew Ference. Who else is in there? A couple other guys. Victor Fost for a second and a third? No. I'd be looking for Fost in a combination deal with Petrie for maybe a top 2 defender. Something like that. Come on, guys. My goodness. Loss, loss, loss. Justin Schultz for a first and a third. I'll decline that. Especially considering it's next year's first. Here's Ottawa. Wow, there you go. Ottawa wins, and win against Ottawa and Taylor Hall at 11 goals. In 11 goals in 15, 17 games. That's not bad. That's not bad. If Taylor Hall can continue to produce, he'll have a good year. I mean, I thought that top line would be producing like crazy, but I mean, we're having problems defensively, and we're having a problem with our goaltending. We really are. And it looks like the assist category, Nugent Hopkins, is pretty much non-existent. Let's see. Everybody's trying to trade picks for these players, and that's not something I'm willing to do at this juncture. I'm looking to, maybe I should say that I'm not willing to accept first-round picks, and maybe that'll keep that away. We'll see. We'll see how it goes. We might be stopping it here. And there's another loss. That one came in regulation as well. And again, Taylor Hall is the only one scoring. Yakupov is the only one with assists, and they're dead even. Jeez Louise. Actually, the phone has changed now. It's not a BlackBerry anymore. I did notice that. Defense, and let's check in WHL first. What the hell's going on here? There we go. A couple. The OHL, not many. The Q, not many. Okay. United States forwards. Is that kid there? It doesn't look like he's there. Jack Eichel. Okay, so I guess not. I don't know why they don't have him in the game. They should have Jack Eichel in the game. Maybe they'll add him later. The Q. Let's check the WHL. Let's check the WHL. WHL has quite a bit, so let's go there for a month. Was that where we just were? Whatever. Does it really matter? We know who we'd want if we finish last anyway. Bit weaker than normal. Okay. So this is not the year to go after a bunch of first-round picks. Marincin for a second and a third. Decline that. I'm scared I'm going to accept one of those accidentally. You know what I mean? Accidentally click on it and get the wrong one. Good God. Yeah, I tell you right now, our defensive area is the weakest. And goaltending's pretty weak too. But we are having a hard time. Loss. Shut out too. Good God. Okay, hold on. Decline trade. I gotta stop. Well, it's almost done. End of the month. End of the month, we'll be doing a review at least, because it'll be through 2 months, and we'll see who's doing well and who's doing poor. Decline. Okay. All right. We're gonna adjust this. Stop the sim. Okay. GM options. Trade negotiations. We're gonna go to the block. I'm gonna just adjust this a little bit here. Players on the block, yeah, it's fine. Surplus, we got top 6D, 27 to 50. That'll take care of that a little bit. Top 4 defense. Okay, that's fine. And 35 to 50-year-old defenseman. Okay, that's good. All right, let's see if that helps some of it, maybe. All right, we'll do a little review here. So, are we up there for any of these categories? Goals against average? No. Save percentage? No. Wins? No. Points? No. We're not up there for goals anymore. We're one off. Assists? We're not up there. In terms of points, we're at 19 points. That's good for third last in the league. Thank goodness. Jeez, Oilers, just terrible. Stat Central. Team standings. Maybe this will give us an insight, all right? We're 28th in the league. Goals for per game, we're 27th, so we're not scoring. Goals against per game, we're 21st. We're not the worst. That's crazy. Look at all the teams worse than us. All right. Our power play is 20th, so our power play isn't scoring. Our penalty kill is 13th, actually. Okay, so let me adjust some things here. We're going to go to coaching options. And we're going to edit our lines. We're going to go into power play. All right, this might be why. We got it set up in the umbrella, and Hall and Eberle are playing opposites. Yakupov and Perron. That's better. Perron's he's a righty, is he not? Yeah, he should be on that wing, scoring from there with Darren Helm on the center. Okay, let's see if that helps. 4-man power play. Good. Okay, let's try that. Let's see if that gives us some help. We'll go another month here now that we made our... player stats. That's right, Stats Central. Player stats. NHL. Let's see. All right, points. So, Hall and Yakupov both, and Perron, and Nugent-Hopkins all at 18 points. That's very respectable. Very respectable. I'm not disappointed about that at all. Hall with 13 goals. He's doing really well. 5 assists. Schultz at 16 points. Eberle at 14 points. You know what? They're not that bad. Eberle's not producing. Yakupov is. That second line is actually doing really well. Everybody's a minus, though, except for Nikita Nikitin and David Perron. So, it's because of our defense. Andrew Ferentz and Martin Marincin are a terrible combination. So, actually, you know what? You know what we're going to do? We're going to change the defense, too. Alright, defense. We're going to move Fane. Yeah, Marincin will play up. Okay, we'll put Marincin up. Let's see. We got so many defensive defensemen. We need some two-ways and some offensive. Alright, let's try that adjustment. And see if that helps us any, okay? So, right at the bat, we got Phoenix. They're, oh my god, and they're a weak team. They are such a weak team, and we lose 4-1. Oh, man. Oh, there you go. Schultz for, no. Like, there should be a way for me to say Justin Schultz is not even in the question. It's not even a question. Jeff Petrie for a second. No. I would combo Jeff Petrie and Foss for a better goalie. That's what or a better defenseman. That's what I would do. That's the improvement I would like to make. But nobody wants to get rid of defensemen. You know, that's not something that goes on. So, like I said, it's going to have to come at the trade deadline. We're going to have to make a decision. And it may be too late at that point. They have a strong first-round pick next year for those. Not probably as strong as ours, but pretty strong. And there you go. We played them back-to-back, and we won one of them. Decline that. I would rather trade Justin Schultz for a future prospect, if that was the case. We're climbing. That's back-to-back wins, both on the road, and we end up with wins. Or back-to-back wins, both on the road, which is incredible against strong teams. Wow, and an 8-6 win over the Anaheim Ducks. And Nuge, there's Nuge. Nuge is up there now. Fast in a second for a first and a third. It's not a bad trade. That's getting closer. That's getting closer. A first and a third for Fast and a second. I actually kind of like that. That's a decent deal. But it doesn't help me this year. I'm going to decline it. It's getting very close, though. I guess I'd have to call up Richard Bachman if that was the case, if we got rid of Fost, you know? There's a 7-4 win. Wow. So, something's happened. Maybe it's our power play that's clicking now. Because all of a sudden, we're scoring a ton of goals. So, it must be our power play. Because look at Fost and whoever. They're all letting in all these goals. 4 goals against. The other one was 8-6. So, it just must be a matter of us having a lot of goal scorers. No. Schultz is worth a second and a third? I don't think so. It's worth a first. Oh, 7-6 loss. See, like, lots of goal scoring going on here right now. Tons. I guess because the Sharks have terrible goaltending too, Antti-Niemi, so that's a lot of high-scoring games against them. That's going to worsen our goals against average, but our goals for average is going way up. Fost for a second and a third. Decline that. Dallas up. And a loss. Good God, man. I don't think it's in the stars this year. Whoop. There we go. A top 10 defenseman, Ryan Pilon. Forwards, they got a top 10 there. OHL. Tons of top 10s. Let's scout them for 6 more weeks. Alright. Go to the first. We only got 4 games left here, so we'll figure out how this goes first. We'll do a quick review. Quick review. The 1 month review, just through the quick stats. There you go. And Eberle's up there for assists too. Taylor Hall. So how many games have we played? That's 35 games and he's got 20 goals. That's not bad. That's not bad at all. 21 goals in 36. So this definitely seems more realistic in terms of the goal scoring. Because this is something, it didn't matter what team you put together. Your players weren't getting these kind of points. It just didn't matter. I mean, Hall's got goals in 3 games straight. He's doing really well. And he's got, was that another one? No, it wasn't. But we finished off the month with 1, 2, 3, 4 straight wins. We're at 500 now. We're a competitive team now, I think, at this point. Goals, or that's points and assists. Goals, we are up there, actually. Hall's in 4th for goals. Assists, we aren't, because Nugent Hopkins has 21. But that's okay. Team standings, we now sit at 38 points, so it's not the basement anymore. That's Montreal's the basement at 28. Holy crap. And we only sit 2 points out of the playoffs on our side. That's crazy right now. Yeah, we're in there. We are in the mix right now. So I don't see any issues. That was a much better finish. I mean, that month alone, how many wins did we have? What was the score? Stats, calendar. Let's look at that month. We had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 wins. And 1, 2, 3, 4 losses. 2, 4, 5. 2, 4, 5 losses. 5 losses and 9 wins. That's a much better record for us. So we drew it to 500 with that. And Ben Scrivens appears to be our starting goalie at this point. He's got 11 wins. And, well, I mean, Fost has 8, so it's not too bad. But I'm not going to change anything yet. I want to give January a go and see how things go here before we make any changes. Because the trade deadline's coming up, and we need to decide whether or not we're buyers or we're sellers. And if we're sellers, or we're going to be getting rid of some players, I guess, some veterans that we might be able to get deep picks for. A first and a third for a second Petrie and Nikitin. It's not bad, but that gives up our. That's basically saying, hey, we're not making the playoffs this year. Here's all our players. That's a trade I'd make at the deadline for sure. Here's the Islanders now. They're a strong club from the looks of things. Yeah, and they took us to the cleaners on that one. They were 18, 12, and 2 or something like that. Very strong, or 12 and 8, sorry. Very strong club. No. No, it's okay. I would rather trade Petrie at the deadline to a team that's making the playoffs and get a first round pick than a second. Although people are saying that they're getting nice depth picks late in the draft. Late in the draft, like 3rd, 4th round. You're still getting quality prospects. So I'm really interested to see, wow, they're first this year for our second, Petrie and Fane. Oh, man. If this was any later, oh, man, that's a decent trade. Yeah, it depends on how we are when we get to the trade deadline. If I don't think that we're going to make it, because at this rate we're not, we continue to lose, I would definitely make a trade like that. So I'm going to keep that in mind. That was San Jose. They're looking to get rid of that first overall pick, or first round pick. That would give us some potential at the draft, because we keep losing here over and over and over again. I just thought that we'd get things together, but it doesn't look like it's going to happen. Finally. And Taylor Hall, oops, sorry, I keep bumping everything. Taylor Hall has almost as many goals as Stamkos does. That's crazy. That's crazy to think of right there, that the production of Hall is so high. Oh my god. Schultz, no. No. It was a first and a third for our second, Petrie and Nikitin. That's a trade I make at the deadline, for sure. For sure. Nope. Alright, here's the Capitals. Come on, guys. Oh my god, 8-2 loss. Goodness gracious. Brutal. Yeah, I mean, at the deadline, I will trade Fost. I think that we're done. I think that we're done. Considering it's end of February when the trade deadline is, and I mean, no, I don't really care. Taylor Hall's probably in that All-Star game, considering he has 27 goals. Doesn't deserve to be there. Our team is just shite. There you go, a win, finally. Hall with 29 goals. Oh, that's a decent trade. A first and a third for Fost and a second-round pick. But it's 2016 first. Jesus Christ. Can I get a 2015 first for Fost, please? There you go. And we got one more game against Calgary. And we'll be one game below 500. And I'll be at that point where I'm like, oh. And I might actually... Oh, Matthias Oland. Top 6. Defensive defenseman. 38 years old. 6'4", 233. Defensive category is fantastic. How is he this year? He hasn't played a single game this year. He's considered... Oh, because of his... No, I don't want him. His trade value is going to be so low because of that cap hit at $3.3 million. I couldn't trade him even if I wanted to. He's one of those guys. And a 6-2 win, and Hall now at 30 goals. Alright, so we'll do the full review now. We're not up there for goals against or save percentage. That's pretty much a given. Points, Taylor Hall's at 56 points. He's 14 off of Sidney Crosby. That's really good. Goals, he's second behind Patrick Kane. Assists, we aren't up there. We're 10 points, 10 assists back. Standings, we actually only sit 3 points out of the playoffs. Can you believe that? Our division is really weak. Really weak. Okay, so... I mean, at the depth, I mean, if we can make, let's see what's out there right now. Trade negotiations, trade players, and we're going to sort by what they are willing to give away for skaters. If anybody has any impact players. All right, Shane Doan is 38 years old, 85 overall. He would be basically a third line player, providing us with some offense for that third line. Yeah, I mean, that would be a good option for us. Or Daniel Alfredson at 42 years old. They'd be both pretty good options to play the third line. But the only problem is we need defense. We're scoring now. We need defense. Buffalo, no. Calgary, no. Carolina, no. Chicago, nobody. Colorado. Dallas. They want to get rid of Jason Spezza. Jason Spezza's on the trading block. 88 overall. He's your top line player. But we've already got players like that. We do not need that anymore. Detroit, Florida, Campbell, $7 million contract. That's why his value is so low. Oh, man. Brian Campbell. How many years does he have left on that god-awful Albatross? 2 years. We couldn't even afford him. Oop. Los Angeles, nobody. Minnesota, Matt Cook. Montreal, nobody. Nashville, nobody here. The Islanders, no. The Rangers, nope. Tallender, no. Strite, no. Pittsburgh, no. Joe Thornton and Patrick Marleau are both on the trading block. Pretty good. St. Louis, nobody. Tampa, they got Anthony D'Angelo on the trading block. Wow, what the hell? Why are they doing that? Alright. It is what it is, I guess. Toronto, Robidas, sorry. Vancouver, nobody there. Washington, nobody. And Winnipeg, nobody. So, basically, what we're going to have to do is go into the trade deadline and hopefully pick up a top, maybe a second-line player. I'm thinking Tampa Bay, and I'm thinking Victor Hedman. If we can pick up that defenseman. Because that's the one time that we can make those trades. Victor Hedman. He's 88 overall. Two-way defenseman. Oh, my goodness. His trade value is through the roof. But if we could put Victor Hedman on there, this is just an idea, right? Victor Hedman, he's considered a top 2. He would be nice next to Justin Schultz. He would be our guy. So I'd throw on Jeff Petrie. I would throw on Victor Fost. And we're still way off. And I would throw on... Oh man, our first round pick has so much value. I would throw on the 2021st to make that go through. That would actually probably go through. So that's something to explore at the trade deadline, I think. What do you guys think? Let me know. Do we make a trade like that at the trade deadline? I mean, we're only 3 points off the playoff, out of the playoffs, so this could be something that we go for. Or are we sellers? I think that if we sink too far below come the draft, yeah, then we'll sell. But right now, we actually have some value on our team, and we're really close to the playoffs. Really close. Thank God we got a weak division. All right, guys, so that's where I'm going to leave it. Until next time, I'm Target Audience, and I'll catch you guys out on the ice.